Alright guys, this is like take number 280. I've tried shooting this video inside, I didn't like it. Outside, I ran out of battery because my batteries were so cold. Couldn't get them warmed up enough. And now I'm taking it again inside. This is like my 20th time. As you can see by my post on the Facebook page, how frustrated I am with the time constraints and having to cut all my videos up into parts, and I'm trying to post more than 10 minutes. And I just don't think it's going to happen. So I've tried several ways, and I'm going to see if this time I can actually get my time frame under 20 minutes at least, to where I can break it up into two even part 1 and part 2. So this is my, I call it my more than 10 piece kit. I don't know if it's exactly 20 or more than 20. I don't bother even counting. So someone asked me what I carry more than a 10 piece kit from looking at my 10 piece kit. They posted a comment and asked for this video. So this is the backpack I use when I carry. I usually carry this. I usually carry more than 10 pieces just because I'm most comfortable with that. It's really lightweight kit, especially if it's lightweight, if I am comfortable with it, because I can't carry very much weight at all. This is a Camelback backpack that a buddy of mine brought back from Iraq on his second tour. He's in the Army, and so this means a lot to me. He knows that I would be serving in our military if I was capable, but I'm not. So I have a lot of brothers who are out there supporting our military for themselves and for me. So it really means a lot to me that he brought me this pack back. And they're very expensive packs, and this one was actually issued to him. It's made to have the water bladder in it, as you can see, and I've just put on a couple patches and done a few things. So this is the pack I carry. Start on the back here, and I'm showing it to you empty. I'm going to lay all my gear out on the table so you can see what all I have carried in there, and I might be able to get this video done faster versus pulling everything out one piece at a time. On my shoulder strap here, my left shoulder strap, I am right-handed, so it's kind of like a cross draw on my shoulder. Is my buddy Ken's preferred neck knife. That is the Becker Necker, and this was my original neck knife before I moved to my Mora SL2. So I still like this knife. It's a very good knife, good for small chores, and I keep it at a real convenient access on my left shoulder strap. It's just right here on my muscle, pectoral muscle. I just yank it down and I'm good to go. Just for cutting something small, whatever. On the front of my pack there is a Molly compatible webbing. So I took my meal kit from my 10-piece kit that you saw, same kit, same contents, and that just snaps right on the front there. Also in this webbing, let's see if I can hold it up here for you. Don't know if you can see that. Yeah. I have some real heavy-duty carabiners. These are actual climbing carabiners. I have one on one side, one on the other. And attached to them, I keep a Hank of paracord, and that paracord straps around my space blanket that I use for a tarp, and that is my preferred way of securing it to the bottom of my pack. It holds it real nice and strong there, so it does a good job. So that's how I carry my pack, and now I'm going to show you the contents of my pack. So I'm going to put this down out of the way and start out real quick. I have some flashlights here. First is a string light. This is my preferred carry light that I use. My buddy Martin has done the mod to adding the second hole. I haven't done that yet, Martin, but I am going to. It's just one of those things I haven't got around to. Great light. We talk about all the time online on Facebook page how good that is, so everybody knows that. Streamlight. Carry the Energizer hard case. This is a great series of flashlights. These are very, very bright lights. Run on AA's. They last a really long time. Battery use, and they're very durable. They can get wet. You can drop them. They're not going to bust on you. Great light. Next is just an Energizer headlamp that runs off AAA batteries, and it lasts a good long time. It's just another choice. If you're wondering why I carry so many flashlights, check out my 10-piece vid, and you'll understand why it's so important for myself to carry a flashlight. And all these packs are supposed to be customized, so for me it's more important to carry flashlights than other items. And these aren't in any order. I'm just grabbing them out of a pile I have. Here's my fire kit. I'm going to go over the contents of this pack here in a little bit in another video I have. So I have my fire kit. It's got fire tinder, several different fire starting methods. Next is my strike force. This is the same tool that Dave uses all the time on his vids. Mine just happens to be orange, and I have made one simple mod to it. Other than this is just tape, obviously, that I have taped down the cap that goes on the end here that holds the wet cube, the wet tinder cube, and it always popped off all the time, and that bothered me. I didn't want to lose my wet fire cube, so I just taped it up. The only change I've made is I have added basically about 2 feet of paracord. And the reasoning for that is, one, obviously extra paracord, but two, I didn't like the amount of length they gave you on Strike Force. It really prohibited your movement and the use of the thing. Now I can stretch my arms out, and I've got a lot of room to really get in there and get a good grind off the rod, the ferrocerium rod. So that's the only customization I guess I've done to it. So I have a fire kit, fire starting. Next, I just have a pair of gloves. Good work gloves. They're in my size. They're small. I have small hands. So just really good work gloves. I use them all the time. Pretty much wear them whenever I'm out in the woods anyway. So good work gloves. Just have my saw here. Real cheap Gerber saw. I want to get a Kershaw, but it's not in my budget yet. It's one of those things I'm going to upgrade to. This is also my 10-piece kit. New item I have is the Frontier Pro. Let me make sure I'm saying it right. Frontier Pro, and it is the same water filter that Dave did a video on. It's one he carries on his shop, or it's actually on the Canteen shop now. And it's the one where it's got a nipple on the bottom. It comes with a piece of tubing. You stick the tubing on the nipple, and you can take the bite valve here that it has on the other end, and you take this bite valve and you just bite down just like a Camelback, and you can drink straight out of a stream with this straw attached to it. This is a 50-gallon water filter. It also has threads around this nipple here, and this will screw onto a Coke bottle. It's the actual exact same threading for like a Coke bottle. Maybe you can find a 2-liter bottle in the woods, whatever. Bring a smaller 20-ounce bottle, what have you, and you can fill it full of water, screw it into this. This bite valve pulls off, and you can create a drip system to fill your canteen cup or your canteen, whatever you need to do while you're doing other chores around camp. You can tie it off to a tree and just let it drip, and it'll filter through your filter for you, and it basically works for you while you're doing other chores around camp. So I don't know if Dave's vid is still up on this. If it's not, I will do a review. Excuse me, as I'm dropping things here. I will do a kit review or a test, review on this item to see how it works out. I know I'm talking really fast, but I've failed making this video like 20 times, so I'm trying to make it as fast as I can. Next is an item that I don't think I've ever seen before in anybody's kit. It's just a piece of gas line tubing, just metal tubing, and I've put some electrical tape on the end, and all that does is gives me some insulation during the cold, so you're not putting your lips and your tongue on anything metallic. You don't want to freeze to it in the cold. But this I use for coaxing my fire. I blow into it, blow down into the embers, get it nice and hot. Also, I do a lot of burning out bowls and cups and things just for fun. And so this is a really great tool to direct your heat when you're attempting to blow out a bowl and such. If you use a regular straw, it'll actually melt it down eventually over time. Your straw just gets shorter and shorter. So I choose to use a metal one. You could drink out of the stream or whatever have you with this if need be. It's also metal, so I can knock my embers around, do whatever I need to do. It weighs nothing, so there's no reason I can't carry it in my kit. And I mean, it's just one of those things that you could do whatever you want to with it. I guess if I needed to create some type of splint or something, it is rigid. It's very strong. It's not going to bend on you. So it's just something I had laying around. It was free. I didn't pay for it. It's just junk I had laying around. So just a piece of tubing.